Oops. Hey everybody, what's going on? My name's Chris. Welcome to my channel. This is part 4 of my Florentine Cutaway Guitar Build. And I'm working on the volute. You saw me shaving down the back of the headstock there to make the volute. And somehow I ended up taking 2mm off the thickness of the whole headstock. I don't know how. My intention is to end up around 14mm on the headstock width. That's about where I was on my last guitar. I'm not sure what the tolerance is on how much is too thick and how much is too thin on the headstock. I'm not sure. I know they have to work with the tuners that you buy. They have got to be able to fit in there. So I'm shooting for 14mm, and since I got a little bit thin, I've got 7 pieces of veneer here that I'm going to end up gluing to the back strap. That's a lot of pieces of veneer. There's a lot that can go wrong. I think I was only planning on doing 4 layers, but it wasn't quite thick enough. So I've added 2 extra additional Indian rosewood veneers to make it up. And so I've got 4 layers of bloodwood, 2 of Indian rosewood, and 1 of maple. I hope this doesn't go wrong. So I'm standing here at the bending iron. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bend in the back of these so that they fit against the volute. And I just hope I don't screw this up, all right? So let me get started on this, and then we'll meet up in the other room where I'm going to be doing the glue up. I think that'll work good enough to get it to bend around that bend. So I'll go ahead and finish the rest of these up, and I'll meet you when I'm ready to do the glue up. All right, I'm in the humidity controlled room to do the glue up, just because I don't want the humidity in the garage affecting these little thin veneers too much. There's no stopping now. I gotta just go ahead and do it. All right, I got the all the layers put together there. What I'm going to do is turn this like this. Make sure everything's pushed up. Well, I got it done. Got a mouth strap on top. And I hope there's no gaps. I really hope there's no gaps. And I hope I got that volute part all the way down. I can't tell if it's thicker here than there. It almost looks, but I mean, I've got it as tight as I can get it, and I've got the caul all the way up against it, so hopefully it's going to be okay. I guess we'll find out tomorrow when I take it out. All right, so the next day, let's get these clamps off and see if we can see anything. Still hard to see. I'm gonna have to go cut that off at the bandsaw, I think, and then trim that down with a plane. All right, that's what it looks like after cutting it off. The back strap is now thicker than the head plate, but it's 14.28mm, so it's right about where I wanted it. Of course, I'll have to sand the top and try to lightly sand the back so that I don't sand through the veneer. But I mean, it came out all right, it looks like. You can see here, it looks like one solid piece all the way down. So I guess I got good clamping pressure, but it does make it look a little heavy on the back. At least I'm just happy at least I got it clamped and there's no major gaps that I can see anywhere. So I guess in this case I could just call that at least a success for now, and just I'll try to do better on the next guitar. Alright, I figure I better give you an update before I get too far. You can see I'm kind of jumping around again on this video, but I'm working on a Rosette now. This is something I've been thinking about, and I know I need to get it done. I've been puzzling about how to do it, but you can see that's wet super glue in between them. And I got a couple of little maple strips in there between two of those. I don't know why, just thought I'd try it. Thought it might look all right to have a couple of wedge shapes, and that'll be at the bottom of the sound hole. What I did was I calculated the angle I would need to cut in order to fit 12 of these around, and about the size of a rosette. And I found a website that does that for me. All you gotta do is input a few values. I'll put the link to that website in the description box. But you'll see what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to piece this thing together. After that, I'll have to figure out how to use this with my Dremel and my circle cutting jig to cut the circle out. But I'm not there yet. I'm just doing this one step at a time and just trying to figure it out. Just trying to have fun. I'm not gonna go crazy. If it doesn't work out, I can just make another one, you know? So just put a little bit of this. I'm using the thick instead of trying to squeeze thin super glue all over the place and make a mess. I'm just doing one piece at a time. I don't have any accelerator. I wish I did. Otherwise I'd squirt a little bit just to make sure they didn't come apart, but they're pretty much staying together. Try to move it a little bit every once in a while so it doesn't stick too much to the wax paper. But I'm gonna just keep going like this until I make it all the way around. Anyway, I'm just kind of giving you an update about how I'm going about doing this. I put a little video out on Instagram about how I got this far. All right, so let me get done with this and I'll catch back up with you. I'm not looking for it to be perfect right now, just pretty much flat so that this thing can go around a circle without hitting any kind of ledges or anything that are uneven. I think that's going to be good for right now. Alright, so just an update. I've made several passes on both sides and I'm all the way through. I'll probably sand it a little bit more just to make sure it's completely flat, because I'm thinking this surface here is going to be what I glue down into the top of the soundboard, so that the other side will end up being the finished surface. So this just needs to be flat and freshly sanded so that it can be glued down. So let me work on that and I'll check back with you.
It went pretty well.
I guess the guy who said to use a wax putty knife knows a little bit about something. Came out pretty good though. I'm excited. So this is going to be the top. I'll glue this down into the rosette channel, and then I'll scrape this all over again. I need to go ahead and get this top surfaced so I can install the rosette. So this may take a while. Looks like I got a pretty low spot here. Well, you're not going to believe what just happened. I can barely believe it myself. And you know, I'm not as angry as I thought I would be, because you know, I'm checking what it's going to look like once I glue that piece back on. Goodness gracious! I was just kind of holding it and just testing how much it flexes, and it just snapped, just right clean across. Good man, I can't believe that. I cannot believe that. Absolutely cannot believe. So I'm gonna get some glue. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I'm gonna get some glue and I'll just glue the top, glue it back together and hope for the best. You know, there's kind of like a dark spot right here on this side I'm just noticing. Like kind of equidistant from the center. I wonder if it's something to do with just the grain, just like a weak spot in the grain. Oh my gosh, I wonder if the same thing will happen right here. I don't know what to think right now. Okay, all right. I hope it's gonna be okay. If I can open the stupid glue bottle. Oh man, it's like stuck. I cannot open it. Goodness gracious, I'll tell you sticking what? It's just not coming unstuck. Finally. This just happens every once in a while. You get setbacks. I can only imagine some of the stories some of y'all out there who are professional or, you know, semi-professional luthiers have been doing it for a while. I'll bet y'all got some stories about some stupid crap happening, huh? All right, so I'm gonna let that dry. Cross my fingers, and hope it's okay. Looks pretty good so far, I guess. Let me get this cut, and then when I'm ready to come put the rosette in, I'll let you know, or if something else happens, I'll be right back. You know, it's getting pretty close to my final width, and then I thought, you know, let me check before I go all the way, just see. And I'm glad I did, because it just fits in. Maybe a little bit tight right there. So let me get it back out. Be right back when I'm ready to glue it in. Well, I got my glue. I got everything ready to go, I think. So there's nothing else to do but to glue it in. So here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna have to do this quick too, because if it starts swelling and I can't get that thing in, I'll be jacked up. Spread that glue around, all the way around, all up on the sides. Feels awesome to get that done. Get that there. All right. Guess that's it. Well, they're just cleaned up. I did actually dent the wood right there a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I can't get up close without the shadow of the GoPro getting in there. But I think what I'm going to do anyway, which I was already considering, but now that I've dented that piece, I'm going to do it for sure. I've got this white, black, white purfling. I'm just going to put it around the inside and the outside just as a border, I think. I'm going to just use the same circle cutting jig and cut those out. I'll catch back up with you. Okay, I've got the outer black, white, black installed. I think it looks pretty good. I've got it almost to where it needs to be. I'm probably like 0.3 to 0.5 millimeters, a little too thick in some spots. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut out the shape of the top. That way I only have to worry about the thickness of the actual part of the soundboard that's going to be on the guitar. So to do that, I'm going to first lay this on here just to get kind of some marks. And just a side note, I did make the rosette too small. Like the whole opening goes all the way up to the black, white, black. I'm still processing what to do. I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut it like that and just maybe try to bind the sound hole maybe, so that it looks like it was intentional that I got the black, white, black. I mean, the black, white, black comes right up to the edge of the hole. I'm going to make a mark up here, a mark down here, and then maybe a mark at the waist, because I know those measurements are the same as the guitar that I'm making now. All right, so the marks line up. Not too bad, not too bad. And there you go. You go to the bandsaw and cut that out. It's a very exciting step to get done, to see it like this. Starting to get on. Hey, I said don't come past the lamp. So anyway, it's really exciting to see this like this. I'm going to call the video here simply because I don't know how much video I have on my card. I need to go ahead and just get this one out so I can start fresh before I do the bracing and work on the back and stuff like that. So I have an announcement to make. The reason I haven't worked on the back at all in this video is because I ordered a drum sander. All right, I got one from Grizzly, and I ordered it a stinking month ago, and it still hasn't arrived. So it appears that the trucking company who was supposed to bring it has lost it. So I called Grizzly today. They're supposed to be looking into it to see what they can do about it. I don't know. Really a lot of fun doing that rosette. Really enjoyed putting that together, although I just need to figure out what to do with it being a little bit too small. I didn't mean to make it that small. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I better watch out. I'm going to break it. And I'll see you next time. Bye.